the Book of Alpha-Ronomy, homie. Read it or weep.
What's going on, my Alpha brethren? Why is it that every man who is in a relationship of any kind of commitment, just a living relationship, a engagement, a marriage, any of those relationships that are defined as committed, why is it that every man in those situations has had, or will have a side chick? Now, there are many women who detest the side chick that their man has, but alarmingly, those very same women have been or will be another man's side chick. So I ask you, why is it that the side chick is so hated when it seems that the majority of them have side chick tendencies? Now, there are many reasons for this. We could discuss quite a few. I think one of the main reasons is that this is just the way women are wired. They are more wired to be side chicks than main chicks, especially in today's society, today's westernized society in particular. But we'll get deep into this phenomenon of the side chick and why it seems that women are better equipped to be side chicks than wives. Let's chop it up. Now, basically, when I come across a woman who is in a relationship, they are all willing to interact with me in some way that the man they are involved with would deem inappropriate. Even if it's just what they say, quote unquote, hanging with me. Hanging with me always turns into something else. And I'm not speaking on this as if I'm some proud guy saying that this is what I've done throughout my life. I'm speaking on this as a reference point to attack the topic of this video. When I think about that, I ask myself, is there any relation between a woman's willingness to step outside of her relationship and her willingness to be the outside of someone else's relationship? Now, my time doing this was many, many years ago, man. Like, I was younger, dumber, and full of cummer at that time. But I did realize this nonetheless. So, I came up with these 3 reasons why it seems that the majority of women are more likely and willing to be side chicks than main chicks. The first thing is this. There is a definite shortage of available men, especially the so-called black men. There is a definite shortage of available so-called black men. Let's not act like there isn't. We know what the prison numbers are. We know what the death tolls are in some of these cities, and we know what the homosexuality rate is among the so-called black men. So that is one of the reasons, but that is not the one we're going to harp on. That is a reason that we all know. We can all agree to that reason, maybe in different extents, but we all agree that to some extent, that is one of the issues. Another of the issues, a more alarming issue, is that the majority of women simply don't want to put in the type of effort and energy necessary to make a relationship with a man work. Not with a male, with a man. The majority of women don't have a submissive bone in their bodies. They want to be in a 50-50 relationship. They want to run as much in a relationship as the man runs. Even when they don't have the skill set or the mentality to run it, they still want to run it simply because they believe that they're equal. And no situation, no relationship where a woman believes she's equal to a man and she either forces her way into equality in a relationship or the man allows her to be in that position in a relationship, those relationships will never work. And the majority of women are in those types of relationships. So when she's out of that relationship, she doesn't want, because she feels like in her mind, she feels like every failed relationship she has, she feels like she put her very best effort into it. And she did put her very best effort into it. Her very best effort at being what the hell she wanted to be. Not her very best effort at being what the man wanted her to be or what she needed to be to make the relationship successful. It is all about the energy, the effort. She can be putting in effort doing the wrong thing. She don't even care. It's just the fact that she can say she put in the optimal amount of effort, and she's not going to do that the next time. So the very next time, she's more willing to be the side chick. I've heard women say that the side chick gets all the benefits. The side chick is the one that don't have to worry about being heartbroken. The side chick don't have to be cheated on. The side chick don't have to be all of that. And I've heard many women say this throughout my life. So, but that is a result of the woman who is in the relationship not putting forth the proper effort, being what the man wants her to be. It's hard work, man. It's harder work than she ever imagines, and it's harder work than she's ever going to do. She'll work twice as hard at her job or her career than she will on her relationship. And that is one of the major issues. She is not willing to put in the amount of work necessary to have a successful relationship. The majority of women are not. The third thing, this is also a big one. She is simply innately wired to be a concubine. They all are. They are innately wired to be concubines, meaning they are wired to share a man. They don't want to be the one who's sharing the man who feels like, not that they are putting in the optimal effort and energy and focus to make a relationship successful, but they don't want to be the one who feels like they are. They don't want to be the one who feels like they're doing all of these things in order to keep a man all to themselves and not have him have another concubine, not have him have another woman in his life. You see, when you enter into a relationship with a woman and you are not the domineering force in a relationship, she feels like she deserves to have whatever she requests. And when she doesn't get that, then she is dead set against relationships of that caliber. She will not put forth that type of effort anymore. Anyone who says they will, it's because she has not really been in a relationship where she actually had a serious emotional attachment to the man. 9 times out of 10, the woman who is willing to be a side chick has already been in a failed relationship with a man that she had a strong emotional attachment to. So in her mind, it is safer for her to be a side chick. But in our actuality, what she doesn't realize is it is more normal for her to be a side chick. Because just like we as men weren't wired for monogamy, women were not wired to have a man be monogamous with them. This is why I say, and so many men that I know say, that any man who is in a relationship is guaranteed to have other women wanting him. They don't even know why they want him. But every man I know has said, man, once he got married, man, women were coming out of the woodworks. Because innately, they don't even understand why they're drawn to a man who already has a woman. That is their nature. Let me tell you an experiment I did. And I was sharing this with the homies a little while ago. This was a few years back. I took a ring, man, that I had, and I put it on. And everywhere I was going, when women were choosing on me, I was letting them know that I was married. And let me tell you something. Being married did not hurt my chances of getting that woman any more than me being single would have. There is only one woman I met during all of that time. And mind you, you know how I am. I don't cold approach women. I'm not going to say a word to a woman who doesn't show me choosing signs. And you know how I am. I get the soft choose, and then I convert that to the hard choose. You know, that's a totally different ball game right there. And we won't get into that here. She was the only one who said, well, I'm not going to do that to her, because if you were my husband, then I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me. You know, and then besides, I feel like I deserve to have a man all to myself too. I also can tell you, which I'm going to talk about in the next upload, that I've only had one woman in my life who demanded that I strap up. All the other times that I put on protection before I was intimate with a woman, It was me who decided it. They were just gonna go ahead and go with the flow. They didn't say a word. I had a couple of them ask me, "What you doing? Why are you stopping?" They didn't even think about it. But we're not going to discuss that now. You guys let me know down below what you think about this, man. You know, I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this side chick phenomenon. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? What are your experiences with it? I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Like this video on your way out if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. When you subscribe, click that notification bell. Make sure your notifications are on so you can be alerted to when I upload some more of this real shit. And as always, alpha's up, beta's down. Peace.